Hey everyone, Green Bay, Greg. Today I'm excited to bring you Nick Werzer from Nations Lending. We've got an interesting topic that we get a lot of questions about, and that is credit reports and what it takes to qualify and to buy a home. And there's a lot of misconceptions out there. I'd love to just kind of keep it basic today, but I want people to understand that when they've got a partner like Nick from Nations Lending, that your credit score doesn't have to stay your credit score. You know, Nick, I'd love to just, you're the expert in mortgages. You're the expert in credit. Let's hear what you got to say today.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Credit scores are such a touchy topic because the bureaus have such a big formula as to what creates your score, right? 600, 700, 800. And some of the smallest changes in your credit can affect your score quite a bit. So I've always said anyone that's looking to apply, even if they think their credit is bad, get an application in and start the process. We work with you with your credit. If your credit score is a little bit lower than what the minimums are required, we have simulators that will walk through if you were to pay off X credit card by $20, by $50, $100, what the potential score difference could be and how long it would take to improve that score. So there's a lot of target scores that not only qualify you, but there's also some scores sometimes, say you're at 690, and if you get over 700, it saves you an interest. Those are things that we love to do for our clients and make sure that they have the best, opportunity possible. So there's a lot of different ways you can improve your credit, and we walk through a lot of those with you.
Yeah, and improving your credit score, I mean, there's so many things get tied to that, like your insurance costs, your everything. So like you said, that small bump in improving the credit with a professional who's got a copy of the tri-merge credit bureaus that you get when you do a mortgage application, you share that with them and then you coach them on, hey, here's some things that we can do to improve your credit score. And that can save you money, not only on your mortgage, but on other things. So I think it's super important. I mean, I've got numerous situations where you've done what's called like a rapid rescore, where you've coached somebody. And can you kind of explain what that process is when you get into those situations?
Yeah, absolutely. So what typically happens is the bureaus will automatically report or update your credit based on your balances, say every 30 days. And if you can't wait 30 days, or if we can score, if you were to say pay down a credit card by $100 and you want that reflected tomorrow, we can take that updated transaction history or balance for your credit card, work directly with the three bureaus and have them update your score, within 24, 48 hours. And you're not doing that 30-day waiting period.
It's a rare circumstance where you need to do something like that, but I've seen you do that for clients and, get them up to the next level of credit score and save them a ton of money, which, I mean, I think that's why you get a client for life out of that when you really.
Well, right. And that
information.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, we work with you. If your credit's not in a position to work right now, we're not going to just say, see you later, here's the door. We want to get you in that position. And whether that be 3 months, 6 months, a year, we'll set out the roadmap for success. And of course you got to do the work, right? I mean, if we got to pay down some credit cards, you got to do the credit cards. But at least we can give you some direction.
So I think a lot of our audience probably is wondering what it actually takes from a down payment standpoint to buy a house. Could you give us a kind of like a brief look into that? I think there's a lot of common misconceptions. There's a lot of people out there that still think that you have to have 20% down to buy a home.
Yeah, no, there's a couple 0% down programs. If you're looking in a rural area, there's a USDA loan that's 0% down. If you happen to be a veteran and eligible for a VA loan, that's also 0% down. Next step, there's 3% down options with conventional, and there's 3.5% down options for FHA. So absolutely, there's a lower barrier to get in for down payment, and you absolutely do not need the 20% down that at least my parents and grandparents were used to.
Absolutely. Well, Nick, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you sharing this information. I'll have your online application link below if somebody wants to start that process. You are on Holmgren Way here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. You service pretty much I know multiple states, but you're based locally in Green Bay, which is awesome because it's nice to have a lender who's local. Thanks for joining us today, Nick.
Thanks, Greg.
You're welcome.